Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll. Present.
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 Fiscal Officer Patriarca.
Fiscal Officer Patriarca present.
All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the October 21, 2025 meeting.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No additional meetings. Summary of the work session, please.
During the work session this evening, we had two visitors, Patrick Miller and Michael Miller, both owners of Handy Rents, came to request a similar use declaration for property located at 2115 Menor Avenue. We went into executive session under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 to discuss an application for economic development. At 6:24, we reconvened the regular meeting at 6:40. At that point in time, the administrator and the law director discussed updating the zoning resolution to include high grass delineation and also the possibility of changing the meeting schedule for next season. You have a letter before you to send to the commissioners requesting the name change to remove or add the extra, fix the extra E in Wellesley. We discussed a culvert on Lake Road, and we will request Stormwater's help in researching that possibility. And we discussed creating a business directory. The service director discussed the stormwater department reimbursement options, the cleanup from the rain event on October 22nd, 23rd, and a lengthy discussion related to the LED stop sign at Bohall and Madison Avenue. Zoning director discussed the vacant Starbucks location and the conversations he's had with both Barry's Bagels and the Handy Rents owners. And the fire chief did not have a report.
Okay. Any old business from the floor? Hearing none. Any new business from the floor? This is if you did come in to speak, this is the time of the meeting that you would do that. Ask that you come to the lectern and state your name and address for the record, please. It's up to you guys.
Sure. My name's Damian Asink, and this is my wife Erin Asink. We live at 5 Woodworth Avenue.
Okay.
I'm David King, my wife Leslie King. You have to excuse me, I'm a little bit of a cold.
It's okay.
We live at 631 Madison Avenue.
Okay. All right.
We're here to talk about our concerns for the erosion at Madison Avenue and Woodworth Avenue.
Yep.
And we have some concerns that go beyond just a timeline, and is there a plan to repair it? Emergency response is to Madison Avenue, is particularly Riverview Elementary School is a concern for, I think, everybody. Do you want to speak on that?
Yeah, so with that, where it's located and where the road is shut down, that completely removes Painesville PD from being able to respond to back up the SRO in there. We recently had a shooting in the parking lot there, and Painesville PD was on it. I watched all their cars go by. That was what cued me off, and then we were able to get more resources in there. So my other concern is, like, unless there's a sheriff's unit on the opposite side, on the Madison Avenue side, elementary side, what other resources do we have to respond to back up that SRO officer? God forbid somebody were to get into the school.
Well, the sheriff's, unfortunately, sheriff's office is generally here for our morning meetings, but I believe our understanding is that our sheriffs generally operate two
Patrol cars.
I don't know the car, an Adam and a Bravo or Boy, yeah. So they operate two different sides of the township, and the target is to have a car on each side of the township, along with additional deputies that the county pays for emergency response. So the township pays for deputies around the clock. Then the sheriff's office through the county provides additional sheriff's deputies that go to the townships, Concord and Painesville Township, for emergency response and additional support on the road. So those are the ones that generally will respond to the SRO there. Not to mention that they have multiple SROs at Riverside that, if needed, they are badge deputies, so they have been pulled before to respond to emergencies. So proximity-wise, if there was an immediate need for response, there is, I believe, 2 or 3 deputies stationed at John R. Williams and Riverside, which is right around the corner from there. Yeah. So, in the event that something was to occur, I can't speak for the sheriff's office, so I believe. So don't quote me 100% on this. I believe that in the need for an emergency response, if needed, they would pull. They I don't know if you've driven by Riverside during the day. They have their cars right next to the door there, for I believe for that reason, for quick exit to respond if they're needed somewhere else. They would be available to respond to, say, Madison, Riverview, in the event that there was some sort of disturbance or incident that they would have to respond to over there. I believe that would be their backup in the event that they needed additional, or in the event that the cars were tied up somewhere else and that needed some additional immediate response. They would be able to pull them from that location and send them right over to Riverview. So.
Still not ideal. But that's my major concern about that intersection being closed later.
The volume of emergency response vehicles that came down Madison Avenue the day of that shooting, and my husband is a trooper, so he was not on duty that day, but he quickly became on duty.
Yeah.
Just after seeing something was going on there.
Sure.
And I'm telling you, the volume, I don't even know how many responded, but
A lot.
And
They went right by my house.
I doubt
One
you
right
could
after the other.
have that volume of emergency response vehicles at that school that quickly with Madison Avenue shut down. So we're concerned with how long it's going to be shut down, what the plan is for the repairs. We're also curious about when the problem was first identified and if the damage has been being tracked since the problem was first identified. So those are a lot of the questions that I think we all have. I know you have a couple.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to the engineer. I mean, we actually physically went in and had a conversation with him, and he's, Alan.
Yeah.
And he was very, very nice, and he's the one that, this isn't my first rodeo. They moved in recently behind me. I was on Madison Avenue when they did the fix in front of the blue house. I'm in the tan house between Woodworth,
Yeah.
And then they did the other side, and now it's crapping out right in front of basically Woodworth and coming in front of my house now. This is the worst one.
Yeah.
This is bad. The road literally is cracking, and the crack is getting wider. And I know that I kind of I'm the nosy neighbor that's always looking out because I have cameras, and if I hear something, what's going on? And I did see surveyors there. I see where they've put lines on the road, they've put their stakes in, and I've watched all that. It's like, okay, that's like July-ish. Now we're into November. And this is the worst I've ever seen it. And I'm afraid my house is going to fall off a cliff. So I know how my neighbor Alex on the other side of the blue house felt when it was in front of her home. This one is way worse. I mean, if you look at the hole, you can literally see underneath the street. And there is no way you can put weight on that street. You cannot have, and the amount of trucks that come down that road when it was operational, heavy vehicles coming down the street, probably not even allowed to have that much weight on the road, but they do it anyway. Coming down Woodward to get to where Sidley's was, or the back way to maybe Fairport there. So all these heavy trucks, and then snow, and the plow trucks when they come around the corner. And I'm not knocking them. They're doing their job. They come through. They drop the blade. My house shakes. That blade is just banging on that street, which is causing more damage. And the water, if you were to look at the water, and I sent Alan pictures, it just sits there in certain places. There was no proper drainage put in there when it was originally put in. You can tell. There's one little thing. It's washing all the hillside away. I don't even know if it's even fixable. So when I talked to Alan, it's like, well, we're hope, he put the emergency on so that it could get attention right away.
Yep.
My concern is and to you, Mr. Hillier, on your Facebook page, which I kind of got a little more insight, with the back and forth of people and some of the things that you had said
Are
on
you the
there.
person who contacted me out of curiosity? Because
I
I said
was.
somebody on Madison Avenue.
I
Okay,
was.
okay.
Yeah, I was on Facebook, people
I
were
thought you
checking.
guys. I thought you live on Woodworth.
We're on Woodworth.
The first
house. Yeah.
Oh, you said the Madison Avenue area when we
Yes,
spoke.
I did. I said
Okay, I
Madison
got you.
Avenue
Thank
at
you.
Woodward
Yeah, they
Avenue.
live like I'm on Madison Avenue. They're literally
We're the
right
second
here
house
on
in.
Woodworth.
Mhm.
They're
Okay.
right by me. So in the conversations, it's like we got to get the Corps of Engineers. We realize that Riverside Drive is also that's caving in. Back to what Aaron said, like how much more damage has happened since they've looked at this? And if we wait all winter, there's all that weight of the snow and all that washing away of it's just going to get worse.
So the county's plan is to do and I don't know if Alan mentioned this, a temporary fix so that it doesn't get worse than it already is. Because there's an old wall that's behind the new wall that is what's holding everything up now, right? The newest wall out in front has failed. You can see.
Yeah.
So my wife and I walk down there all the time, and so if you see somebody,
where are you at?
I'm probably like, what are these people walking into that area and they're not supposed to be
so
there?
I live on Belmore, which is just
Oh,
east
yeah.
of the greenhouse, Madison Avenue greenhouse.
Yeah.
So we walk back and forth to the cemetery, and I'm always peeking out there. And I guess in my profession is a civil engineer, so I'm really intrigued by everything that's going on. But so you can see the old wall that is what's holding up everything, and there's some anchor rods
Mhm.
that go back in, and
and
from
one
the-
of those broke.
Those
yes,
are,
yeah.
those
So
are deteriorated.
yeah, so it's an emergency fix to prevent any further damage, and then the real fix, which would probably be something like what was done in front of the Blue House years ago.
Similar to if you're familiar with Bank Street, correct? Isn't what that big project they did there?
So in front of the Blue House was the cement the round cement with the little
And
cement.
yeah, and so what happened there was the firm designed the fix. By the time the contractor got out there, the wall had moved further, and they couldn't build the fix that was designed. So then they went with that.
Oh,
They call
okay.
it a plug pile wall. So they did round
Mhm.
caissons and then smaller things to kind of plug the void.
So when you say the temporary fix, are you going to then open the road up and let people put weight on it after that?
That is the county engineer's office. It's not our road.
I just want it. So
I'm hoping. I would think no.
But we can't speak for
We
him.
can't
I
speak
know.
for him.
You know, that's
I just want you guys to hear our concerns. That way, there's more than just because we're going to go to the other meeting next week.
County.
The commissioners or
Thursday.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10
So
o'clock.
we're going to be
Commissioner.
going there because we just want to be heard because obviously you walk there, you see it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I see, that's why the fencing is up. Because this is, like I said, this is my first rodeo. This is the third time since I've lived there, and the first thing I did is I called, people are going to start driving their trucks through our yards. They go through Alex's yard. They
They
drive
do motorcycles.
drive right through in heavy equipment, putting more weight in our front yards. And then we have neighbors that have little children, and I'm like, I fear for them. So they put the fencing up, which I was very thankful. They were great about doing that. We still have motorcycles that drive down the sidewalk. They don't care. I almost got plowed over by like a professional bicyclist the other day. He's like, coming through. And I'm like, oh my God. It's just like people have, limited whatever. But, so anyway, I just see this happening. I'm watching it slowly cave further. I'm watching the crack get bigger, and we're just scared. I'm scared to lose my house. So, and I understand the whole emergency road, but we just wanted to have, because I've asked, but we're kind of getting vague information, and I'm sure that I've seen the drones, I've seen the people there, they're probably doing analysis on it, and maybe he doesn't have all the answers, but we just want to know, like, when did you start looking at it? How bad is it? Is it even fixable? Because a lot of people are chatting, whether they know what they're talking about or not. And we're hearing a lot of things like, this is never going to get fixed. Somebody might put a bridge in. I'm like, is somebody going to buy out our houses maybe?
I saw the bridge comment, and actually, I saw the bridge comment. Again, I work for an engineering company, and other people that I work with saw it, and the bridge comment was
Laughable.
yes. And
Okay.
I mean, I don't know who made the comment, and I hate to say that it was a laughable comment,
But I know what you mean.
yeah, that you can't bridge.
No.
I'm just
Um,
thinking, was there any thought, because I know that even in, if you look at Alan's report on his page, the public announcement, it even says there's like 12 houses from Casement to Virginia. I'm just wondering, has anybody thought about moving the road back, purchasing those homes and moving the road back to get the weight off of that area? Is that a thought anywhere?
I don't know if it's a thought, but it's funny you said that because I said that a real solution would be to buy 5 or 6 of those houses and take it to Woodworth way inside, and then that would help alleviate some. But I don't even know if that's ever been discussed. But I haven't talked to the engineer directly about this.
Anybody who looks
further.
at an aerial image and sees the problem, I think that idea comes to mind.
Right.
I don't know that it's ever been talked
Explored.
about. I don't know if the county's ever mentioned
Yeah,
it as an
that's-
option.
Of course, we just finished
That's
our
me,
house.
Right.
From top to bottom.
Because it's not a great option.
Well, and of
No,
course, we
that's-
just bought ours.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah,
we
so
won't
there-
be selling it. It's not really a
Yeah, like I
good
can't
selling
sell my
point
house.
to
Yeah,
have.
we can't
Sure.
sell our houses now. It's like,
Right.
so yeah, so that's real bad.
The conversation that I had with the chief deputy was Kirk Demick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's where all the information I put in that post came from him.
Mhm.
And I tried to take good notes with what he said. And actually, I read questions back to him to make sure I had this written correctly. So Josh does this for a living. He's a professional engineer. So he has the best technical insight on this. The information I provided came from Mr. Demick, who spent probably a good 30 to 45 minutes talking to me. And the way he made it sound was, as Josh says, they're gonna fix the top the same way they did before. But the real problem is the bottom.
Yeah.
And it gets washed away, and they need the Army Corps to do something. So that's gonna have to happen. They know that, they're working with the Army Corps. All of these things that you're concerned about, he made it sound to me, and I don't doubt him. I mean, they're a new engineer for us, the county, right? Because we just elected them.
Right.
And the communications we're getting were very detailed, and he's very much aware of the whole situation. So, and you spoke directly with the actual engineer. So yeah, keep sharing your concerns, but he made it sound like they're going to get it. And but ultimately, to fix it, it has to involve the Army Corps. And without the Army, that's how I took his points. He didn't say that. Let me correct that.
But that's how I felt with Alan too.
Okay, he didn't
Yep.
say those words, but that's how I was interpreting our
Yeah.
conversation. You know how that can be skewed sometimes.
When you meet with the county, and maybe not so much with the commissioners, but if you talk with the county engineer, you might want to mention that you believe that all the wall stuff that's gone on, there's a lot of settlement, and the sidewalk by your house has settled because of the wall, and you could ask them to, as they do the wall repair, to include the sidewalk replacement.
I actually did tell him those things.
Okay.
Because there's a sinkhole. If you look at right there, yeah.
There,
And there's a little bit
Yeah.
one that's
Wow, that was
closer.
good.
Yeah, that's real bad.
I live there too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And the thing was,
all right.
yes.
No, but and I did tell him, and I think I even have something in writing in the email. I try to do that a lot because I'm a project manager at heart, so I know just put everything in
Yeah,
writing.
oh yeah.
And I actually mentioned the fact, about the sidewalk, how it's sinking. I even think there's a sinkhole in our front yard. So I'm very concerned. I'm afraid this is just gonna give way one day and I'll be like, see you later. They'll be
Yeah.
like, Leslie, where'd you go? So yeah,
So yeah, I mean, and we can even,
yeah.
I mean, that is obvious what's going on there, and if they're gonna do this fix, that addressing the stuff that has been impacted by the wall failures is only proper.
And the other reason why we're here is to also get, and I thank you for that Facebook post because I got more information from you than I had. And again, maybe I talked to them early on, so I appreciated your post very much. And
thank you.
but we wanted this out there so we would get support as well as when we go to the other meeting. Just another entity hearing us that convey information to them as well is what we're also looking for. So,
I have one more concern.
Sure.
as well. When they do start repairs on that, our neighbor in the blue house at the corner there took significant damage to her foundation.
last
She had a heck of a time getting that fixed. I don't even know if they helped her
No.
with it at all.
No.
Now, did they put the vibration monitoring
Yes.
thing in
Right.
after she had problems or before?
We tried to get her here today, but she couldn't find
Okay.
it.
So-
Here.
So, what we did this time, and I did not share this with the engineer's office yet, but we both hired a professional company who was a retired engineer. I can't think of the name off of the top of my head. And he came into both of our homes, and we have a professional. He took pictures and he did a report. So we have that information of what it looks like now. But yeah, she. The thing is,
and a neighbor next door to her had damage.
they did. That's right, on the other side of us. So not that house, but the other house over here.
This one?
Yep, and in between. See that he owns both those houses now, Sean and Fatima Jackson. So he took damage right here in his driveway because heavy trucks were turning around in there, and he had his sewer line collapse or something. And so far, my understanding is neither of them, they tried to fight it and they're like, sorry. The construction company, Great Lakes Construction, talked to all of us, came, knocked on our doors, talked about the monitor, the meter that was gonna be on there. Encouraged everybody to take pictures before, and then when it was brought to anybody's attention, I think they all got turned down, which is another scare. Because where's the fire people? Thank you. We had a fire and we just had our house completely redone, so it's brand new. So if anything happens, it's gonna be because of this pounding, if there is any damage.
So the house with the red roof is the first one in the city.
Okay, I couldn't remember where the sign was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sign is not in the right spot, by the way. The township one is in the wrong spot.
So
Anyway,
we paid cash for our house, so we own it, and I'm like 4 years from retirement, and
Dude, you're not that old.
I'm 43.
Oh, my goodness.
So my concern is now I have damage and I have no way to recoup that after I've retired, and here I am going back to work again. To pay for the foundation of my house. I guess my question is
You're saying if it's damaged.
If it's
Yeah.
damaged.
does the township have any pull in helping us?
Yep. I'll give you the.
We can advocate we can advocate on your behalf for sure, but being that it is both Woodworth and Madison Avenue are county roads, are
Woodworth Avenue is a county road?
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why everybody said it, it's the engineer's office that's
District
control it, yeah. That's
Yeah.
responsible for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why you get some heavy trucks because it's a county route and
Right.
that.
So again, we can advocate.
Township plowing it, so I assumed it was a township road.
Do we plow? No, those are county. We don't.
The
That
county does
plows
have
it.
some orange plows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But actually, it's almost a combination. I think the city of Painesville and the county, the way they loop around and.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that we can definitely, and by all means, if you asked us to, we would advocate on your behalf if something was to occur. It's just a matter of what,
What powers we have. or
legal
what-
powers
yeah, I
we
mean,
have to make them do anything is a whole different
I'm new to
argument.
this, so I figured I'd just throw
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out there.
By all
Yeah,
means,
oh,
if
yeah.
something is to occur, we would most certainly on your behalf advocate to get that remedied. However, the legal side of it is we have no legal ability to force them to do anything. But we would definitely, as a resident of Painesville Township, we serve you, so we would by all means advocate on your behalf to try to get them to do something as much as we could within our powers and abilities.
That's the problem with all this. I mean, with the township as we are, we've got township roads, county roads, and state roads. And unless you're in tune with every last little bit, like even the question among some of us was, is Woodworth a county road or a township road? So there's, when these things come up and the question's out, you guys, not you, but I mean, anybody in general thinks it's the township. And so they're asking, like when you asked me the question, well, they don't work for me and I can't tell them what to do, although I'd like to tell them a lot of times what to do and with the county but I can't because it's totally different. And so, you know how it goes. We'll advocate and we have to dig and ask the right questions. But I will say the county's good to work with.
Right.
I mean, from top to bottom, irregardless of any of the departments, I've had nothing but good relationships with all of them. And so I don't foresee any problems in communicating issues with them. They've always been good to work with and being very receptive. I was talking to flooding earlier. And I sat in a meeting yesterday with Randy Roethlisberger, and I went through my whole list of things like I freaking nailed this thing, and I got done. He listened to the whole thing when I got done, and then he kind of started rebutting the different points. So they're very receptive. They work with us well, and we will definitely advocate on your behalf.
Thank you.
But we don't have the answers because that's their department, their expertise.
That was really hard to navigate. We were just calling everybody
Sure.
to see who could
Yeah, sure,
point us in the
absolutely.
right
And I think-
direction.
And I can't speak for them, but I would have. It appears that they're keeping, I think, things close to the vest, so to speak, until they really have, because they don't want to put anything out there preemptive that then they have to backtrack, and then that create. Well, you said,
Yeah.
So I think that they're keeping things very tight-lipped on necessarily where they're at until they get closer to an actual progress of a solution, so that they don't, like a better word, put their foot in their mouth and have to walk back any comments they made. So the response is always they're working on it. They're getting the Corps engineers involved,
Yeah.
and they're currently working on it to get the study.
It's also just how the county operates. None
Yeah.
of their agencies communicate unless you go to a meeting and talk to them. I mean, so we're each elected officials. We all have our own Facebook page and we share information and we do stuff, right? And that's kind of what you expect, but you don't get that from the county level. They just don't do it. Even the commissioners, they'll put up their let's blow up government and get rid of all property taxes sort of stuff, but they won't do communications like this. And so to get the word out requires memos and
Right.
people attending.
Yeah, and back to what Josh said, just the sidewalk. The last time it got fixed, I was explaining to them about the sidewalk, and they're like, it was just, never mind. They didn't even care to engage about it. I mean, I'll just
Different county engineer now.
okay.
So he's very receptive.
Yeah, we have found that the new engineer is very receptive, and much more open to discussions and
And he
conversations.
thanked me. He did. He thanked me. He's like, thanks for some of the information he sent. Like I said, I sent pictures where the water was laying. I did talk about the sidewalk the last time, and told him the drainage is terrible. That and he said thank you for your input. I'm thinking, he's probably like, okay, whatever.
I actually think he's probably being
They've been
sincere because
receptive.
he's much more open and receptive to conversations.
There's no shade on the prior one,
No, yeah, I'm just
but
saying
it's just
he's-
this one. This is just how they've been. Much more receptive, easier for us to work with and ask questions and get things done. He spent a long time on the phone going through every little detail, and then he spent time allowing me to go back to him to make sure I had all my information. I said, whatever you tell me, I'm going to report. So
So you gotta
make sure
That's it.
you tell me proper.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Right,
definitely.
so-
Like I said, I saw somehow I got cross paths with that post, and I
It was
flagged them, and
five minutes after
and I
a
was
group
like,
text
hey,
with
read
everyone
this.
on our
Yeah.
street. So-
Yeah.
Good.
so
Right.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that was fast.
It's 'cause
See, so
Facebook
some
was
people
spying on
do
you.
appreciate those things.
Not all of us.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, we wanted to just be heard and have someone behind us advocating for our concerns.
We're definitely on your side, and we are doing everything we can to get answers. But again, the answers only come as they have them and they're willing to share, and that's kind of how they operate, and I get it. So, but we're always inquiring, like Chuck did, and the conversations when we can, and try to get information and share it when we have it. So
I scrolled back through my photos. The first photo I have is from May 25th of the problem.
Okay.
Right. So, and it's like I have a bunch in my phone.
Yeah, me
as it
too.
progresses. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this, and I'm like, it's
The only
scary.
thing that I would add, and I'm sure you guys are already doing it, given how prepared you are, is document all of your yards, foundation, all of that now
Yes,
before
we're on
any
it.
work.
Yeah,
may
well, we
start.
both, they're gonna do it, but, Alex in the Blue House and we just had a professional engineer retired come in and do a full report.
Yeah.
And he looked at the foundation and everything and did a full
Not that we
report.
want anything, but that would only help you in the
Yep.
long run.
Yeah.
for you to be able to-
Yeah, definitely.
Just really quickly, not related, but sort of related, Madison Avenue, if you don't mind me speaking on the flashing stop signs.
Sure.
As a self-admitted terrible driver, wife of a trooper, they matter.
Comment.
They put the one going out of Leroy, where it was.
86.
So, I do pay
And in
attention to
Fairport.
them, and I'm a terrible driver, and I have to tell myself, this traffic keeps moving, I stop, they do not stop, I have to tell myself that as I'm approaching. So I do think there's value in the flashing stop signs, just my 2 cents.
Because we were thinking that a lot of people think it's a four-way when you're coming up
Especially if it's
What's
their
the
first
road?
time
Park-
in that area.
Park Road? No, what is it?
Bow
Bow
Hall.
Hall, thank you.
Bow Hall.
So you go
Madison.
Bow Hall, they stop or sliding stop, and then they go because I think they
They
think
don't.
this stops.
Yes.
I almost got taken out by a trash truck in a
Oh, yeah.
car, so.
It's scary.
He stopped and then he just continued.
So he stopped. See, he knew he was supposed to stop.
But I think they
But-
think that the cross is supposed
Yeah.
to
Stop
stop.
is-
And
as well.
what we
They think it's
recently
a four-way.
added is the yellow cross traffic does not stop signs. There's one below the stop sign. There's also one on the opposite side of the intersection, facing you below the other stop
That's
sign.
the thing.
We
you
don't
need-
get
that's
that
the
way
thing you
very
need to
often
flash
because our
because-
roads
Wait, say
closed.
that again.
That's the thing. You need to flash that because people don't.
See?
They
We're
don't.
going to, yeah.
Okay.
So
Ah,
that was the
because-
argument. That was the argument.
You know what's funny? Because
years
just
ago.
a side note, you know the circuit by the school, the dorms they just did. You know where it said, you know, where you're going around the square,
Oh,
and it's like
yeah.
cross traffic. You know, you're supposed to be able to go. They're supposed to wait.
Yeah.
They don't wait. They don't read that little thingy
Right,
underneath there. They stop and they're like, okay, stop, go. Anyway.
Just 2 cents about
Yep.
that.
No, I
Thanks for
appreciate
your
it.
time.
I'm admittedly a
No, because
an
he just
aggressive
keeps
driver
going and
myself,
they're
and
not stopping, and I'm
I
like,
Right.
that's why I said for me when they're doing that, something clicks like instead of my normal. Not that I don't come to complete stops at all stop signs, but I feel like the flashing.
Because I follow every one of them.
I feel like I feel like the flashing ones click something in my brain to that.
Agreed.
I think it maybe makes me think this is here because this must be more dangerous. So then it makes me more aware of what's going on.
I do notice a positive difference at the major intersections like 528 and 166.
Oh yeah.
And there's a few more. I think there's 6. And, I do notice a difference with the flashing lights as far as the amount of crashes that occur before and after. Just
You
my
would
2 cents
know.
worth.
Thanks for your time, guys.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Coming in.
Thank you very much.
All right. I don't see anybody else, right? Okay. Moving on, Lake County Sheriff's Office is not present. Department report, Service Department. Okay. Fire Department. Zoning.
Nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
Law Director is not present. And Administrator. Okay. Fiscal Officer.
Nothing to add?
Okay. Trustees. I'll ask for a resolution 2025-086 to enter into a lease contract with Grand River for fire station and vehicles.
So moved.
Second, that's what the proper reading of the
I think so, right?
resolution. I don't remember.
Yeah, I just asked for, I'm asking for, right, resolution?
You're reading it, one of them makes a motion.
Yeah, so I'm asking for,
So Chuck would say motion, Josh would say second.
sorry, which you did.
Which I
Okay,
did.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You said so moved.
He said moved, seconded.
You
All
can't
in
say
favor?
so moved anymore?
Well, I think that Matt was suggesting that it would be
You'd say-
proper for you to say, I'll motion,
Yeah, motion. Did you say motion?
Motion to accept.
right, something, yeah, that's what Matt said, not me.
Josh, do you second my motion to accept?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We just need to be that.
Can I ask for a motion for resolution 2025-110 to authorize renewing the health insurance agreement with Medical Mutual for the MMO Cozy HSA 3500 plan?
I'll make that motion.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ask for a motion for resolution 2025-111 to authorize the township to pay $5,000 to qualified employees who opt out of the township's health insurance plan. The $5,000 payment will be prorated over 26 or 12 equal installments depending on the employee's pay schedule.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'll ask for a motion for resolution 2025-112 to authorize the township to withhold 10% of the monthly health insurance from members of the collective bargaining agreement effective January 1, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll ask for a motion for resolution 2025-113 to authorize the township to withhold 5% of the monthly health insurance premium from non-bargaining unit employees effective January 1, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ask for motion for resolution 2025-114 to authorize the township to withhold a 25% surcharge of the monthly health insurance premium for the difference in cost between single and employee spouse plan from non-bargaining unit employees whose spouse is on the township health insurance plan but are eligible to participate in another employer's health insurance plan effective January 1, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
So, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll ask for a motion for resolution 2025-115 to authorize adding First Stop Health free to all full-time employees.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ask for a motion for resolution 2025-116 to approve payment to Classic Buick GMC in the amount of $33,930 for purchase of a 2026 GMC Terrain for the fire department.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ask for motion for resolution 2025-117, resolution amending 2019-049, parking motor vehicles on township roads.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ask for motion for resolution 2025-118, authorizing Service Director John Cotterlick to prepare and submit application for participation in OPWC State Capital Improvement Program.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll ask for a motion for resolution 2025-119 to enter into an agreement for central dispatch and communication services with the Board of Lake County Commissioners. Is this just for year 2026?
This is for the contract.
Is the contract a one-year contract?
No,
Oh.
it's a 5-year.
A 5-year contract. Okay.
There's an opt-out.
There's a 6-month off.
Commencing when?
Soon.
ASAP?
Uh,
Immediately?
No, it starts.
It's in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Per the contract.
For the contract.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make that motion. 2 in a row.
Do I hear a second?
We don't have any options on this one.
None in the present time, no.
All right. Second.
Discussion.
Discussion.
I'll go for it.
Oh, boy.
So we need to discuss it because this is where the prices were raised. I understand they're backfilling, there's costs associated. There were some discussions with it and haven't gotten final answers on it. So there is a 6-month opt-out.
Correct. So we need to do this to move forward, and then we can address.
Is there a deadline to sign this?
Well, our
Current contract expires at the end of the year.
So this is only November 5th.
Do we want to?
If you guys want to table it, I'm fine with that.
I'm good tabling it.
I would like to table it as well.
So do I hear a motion to table resolution 2025-119 to enter an agreement for central dispatch and communication services with the Lake County
With the board.
Commissioners?
I'll make that motion.
I will second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That is tabled until the next meeting.
So are we good on procedures? We had them.
Yes, we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Mark or Matt usually.
Yeah, you had already made the motions, both
So
of
do
you.
we have to rescind? You have to rescind your motion to pass because we did not vote on it and we're tabling it. So you need to rescind your motion. Rescind your motion.
If necessary, I rescind my original motion to
pass that resolution.
to make that motion for that resolution.
Okay, right?
Sure.
That's all.
I think that no matter what, we're going to be covered.
Okay. I need a motion for resolution 2025-120 declaring Handy Rent a business providing equipment and tool rental businesses as similar use to other uses permitted in B1 district, subject to all conditions set forth in the conditional use permit for the property located at 2115 Mentor Avenue.
I'll let Chuck. get
Mr. Chairman, I will make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Trustees, do we have anything else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Had election yesterday. Many people came out, and I want to thank the voters of, where's the camera? Painesville Township for re-electing me, and my colleague down there, Josh. It's an honor serving, and thank you.
Well, I don't know if I saw everybody in this room at the polls. I don't know if I saw. I know. I know. There's at least one more. I saw John. I saw Sean. I was there.
I think he's alluding to somebody in the back row maybe, but we'll check his voting record as soon as they update that to ensure that he made it out. Okay, nothing further then. Motion to adjourn at 8:10. Do I have a motion to adjourn at 8:10 p.m.?
So moved.
Second.
All those in
I
favor?
make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Why can't you say something? What's that?
I don't know, they gave us the
It's
word
a-
tonight, you can't say
We
it.
can't have-
It's not about so moved, it was, somebody needed to make the motion.
Somebody needed to make the motion.
Requesting the motion.
years, we have to